So it's the middle of November, we've come up to the Norfolk Broads. It's a lovely sunny afternoon, it's about 18 degrees, it's really quite warm, so I'm hoping we're going to see a few Chinese walking around later. We're filming this afternoon is the November episode, and then tomorrow morning, which is going to be the December episode, so we'll be doing something different in the morning. But the main thing this afternoon I want to introduce you guys to is the brand new, just released globally, Swarovski spotting scope. It's called the ST Balance because it's a straight spotting scope. There's an AT Balance which has an angled tube on it as well. This particular model is slightly less magnification than the angled one, so it goes from 14 times to 35 magnification. It's got a 50mm objective lens on it, and the exciting thing about this is it has a button underneath which you press, and once it turns on, the spotting scope is fully stabilised. So if you're in really windy conditions or you're just out walking, you can actually hand hold this without a tripod and get a super stable image. So we're going to use that handheld, and we're going to use it on the Spartan Springbok sticks to try and get some footage of the deer as we go around, and obviously identify stuff before we shoot it. So we're looking at that old windmill. It's probably 900 metres away over there, the other side of the river, and we've come out on the least windy day on the Norfolk Broads that I've ever been on. So this is the spotting scope set up, recording on my phone, and I'm just going to tap the tripod to sort of simulate what it would be like on a really windy day, so you can see how much wobble there is there. You can obviously see stuff, and you can try and hold the spotting scope still with your other hand to reduce that a little bit. But if I press the button underneath, which turns on the stabilisation, there's a green light under there to show you that it's on, and then I tap the tripod the same amount with my finger. You can see the reduction in shake is massive. It's almost no movement at all there. And so if it was just a normal windy day, you'd have a perfectly still image. So just because I've shown you that new piece of kit, we'll just recap on what other stuff we've got with us. We've got the Blaser R8 with the Professional Success stock, so that's got the thumb hole with the adjustable cheek piece. We've got a Z8i Swarovski scope on there. We've got the Stalon X series, we call it a sound moderator, but they call it a silencer. And we've got the Spartan Hunt Pro Tac bipod, which obviously detaches with the magnetic switch. We've got the Springbok quad sticks from Spartan as well. Swarovski binoculars. Bipod goes in here. Then underneath we have got the TX Encounter. Yeah, so we're going to load up, head down the track and see what we can see. I'm also wearing the Harkila Move 2.0 GTX, which stands for Gore-Tex jacket and trousers, and the Pro Hunter gaiters. So we've got our first Chinese water deer just laid in some thistles in this next field on the right. Just see its ears, but I can't see any teeth on it. Its head's too down in the cover. Let's see what it looks like through this scope. It's incredible with that stabilisation on. You can hand hold this with two hands, and obviously apart from a slight movement of breathing in and out, there's just no wobble on that at all. That Chinese is just sloping away through the thistles there. Yeah, we've got another Chinese on the far reed line. Just get the phone on so you guys can see what it looks like. So you can see the Chinese over there. This is me just hand holding the spotting scope. So if I just turn this stabilisation on, just press and hold, there you go, that is the difference. It's incredible. So you know, you're never going to hand hold it dead still, but it takes out all the wobble. I can zoom in on the phone, zoom out again. It's so stable. Yeah, so there's a couple of Chinese over there. I think they look like young kids, but as soon as we've got the sticks and we've got the adapter for the Spartan spigot, we'll just fix that on. That'll give us even more stability. Let's have a good look at them. Just turn the stabilisation on. So it all looks quite different through here now. They've been farming this middle block for cereals since I've been coming here, but I think over the last year they're now getting paid to not farm it. So you've just got these thistles and weeds come up, and they're sort of taller than the Chinese water deer, so perfect for them to live in, but difficult for us to spot them now, even with the thermal. Obviously if they're sat down in there or even stood up, it's going to be quite tricky to see them. So we'll just keep creeping along here. We'll go up a reed belt, and then we'll come in the area at the top, because the wind's, there's not a lot of wind, but it's gently coming from you guys to me. Yeah, we've got two Chinese water deer out there, about 120 metres. Just need them to put their head up so I can see what they are, whether it's a buck or a doe. This high cover is, like I said before, great for them, but it's going to make identifying them for us quite difficult. Looks like a doe and a kid. Plenty of pheasants in there. It's gone straight down. The other one's run off. Yeah, just kicked up a load of pheasants at the same time. Right. Get over this gate and see what happened. Yeah, there we go. Big doe. The other one was a kid. Had to shoot it quite high in the chest just to get a shot just over the top of these thistles. With this light 243 bullet, you definitely can't shoot through much cover with it. Not that you'd shoot for any cover with a bullet anyway, but yeah, so we've hit it in the spine, just in line with the chest. Good, we'll get this to the track and then we'll have a look in the next bit. So we got a, looks like a Chinese water deer kid over there. So we just dropped that doe off over there, just walked 30 metres, and there's another Chinese water deer kid just in this next field. Just gave us a nice clear broadside shot, so just straight through the shoulder on that one. Little buck kid. I'll just leave this over here in some shade.
This is more than a show. It's the Great British Shooting Show, the biggest celebration of shooting in the UK, bar none. From airguns to optics, country style to sport, it's where every shooter belongs. 3 incredible days, from the 13th to the 15th of February 2026 at the NEC Birmingham. No distractions, just the very best of British shooting and beyond, all under one roof. Book now at shootingshow.co.uk.
Oh, I'm pretty quiet. I was hoping we were going to find something in these green grass fields so that we get some nice footage through the spotting scope, but they obviously like hanging around in the thistles and the cover. So we'll head back through into the next field, see if we can find something there again. Yeah, we've got a Chinese water deer buck out here in the weeds. Got some nice enough teeth on him, not massive. But half the trouble with these is just getting clear line of sight on their head. So you just spend a lot of time standing there waiting for them to put their head up. So you should be able to see his teeth there now. Maybe you caught a whiff of us or heard me talking. Scurrying off. If you guys can see his teeth there. I'll turn the stabilisation off, you guys will see the difference. So this is using it on my sticks. So it's pretty stable and you could see what it is if you had to, but with the stabilisation back on, it's so much more steady. The only movement is just me rocking backwards and forwards slightly on the sticks. It's an amazing bit of kit. That Chinese just saw us and just dropped straight down. They either run off for several hundred metres and go to the reeds, or they just drop down and just watch you. Might be the same buck just coming into a little clear patch over here as well. one come out just 70 metres away from us. Just looks like a young kid, really. This is quite an old Samsung phone now, so obviously the image that you guys see in the video is only as good as my phone on my camera, but it's amazing how good the image is. Great for reconnaissance on individuals of different species. Yeah, so you can see under here where I've got the Spartan adapter on it. This is the compartment for the battery. So you just lift that tab up, twist it, and then it pops off. Obviously it won't come off fully because I've got the adapter on there. But inside it is just a rechargeable Swarovski battery, the same shape as in the thermals. So if you've got the charger for those already, it's the same charger. Although obviously when you get the unit, you'll get a new charger with it. And as I said before, when you've got the stabilisation on, the green light stays on. Wow, sun's going down now and we've got a couple on the floor, so we need to get those picked up and grallocked. Seen a few more around, but we'll leave those for later in the season. We've got several clients coming after Christmas. So yeah, head back to the truck. So, yeah, good little afternoon. Nice stroll around. Saw a few Chinese, which is always nice. What can we say about the ST Balance? I think it's an amazing bit of kit. It's incredible how you can hand hold it without any wobble or shake at all. Obviously the image quality's as you'd expect from a Swarovski product. Yeah, fantastic. And you know, this is going to be handy for me coming up here on the Chinese water deer. It means that I can just walk around with this. I don't need to take a big tripod anymore. I can put it on the sticks if I want to, but equally, once we know which deer is the buck we want to take with a client, then I can just hand hold it and look through while the client shoots off the shooting sticks. Also, for the guys up in Scotland, I think this is going to be like a phenomenal bit of kit that they can use on the hill, you know, in the wind and rain. Just get fantastic clarity to assess stags. So yeah, have a look when they come out in a retailer near you.